first time thing. You know, our guys played it last year. They've probably been in another one in their time here as well, and been a lot of tournament competition. So there's not, you know, I sense more calmness. Last year, I think there were a little bit more nerves for some of these guys, and those guys got a lot of minutes, played a lot last year, and so I think we're in a better position right now. We're excited for the opportunity. Penn State's a great team. I have a lot of admiration for Guy Gadowski. I think he's a really good man. He's a good friend. Does a great job, innovative. So we're excited and look forward to the game.
Questions for the student athletes?
Ryland, you talked a little bit about how important it might be that you had to play really big games, win or lose. In the last 4 or 5 games have all had special meaning, whether trying to win a league championship or move on in the postseason in the CCHA.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. We played some big games here in the playoffs, and some have gotten knocked on our way, but we've learned from them. We had a week off, and we worked really hard on what we need to work on, and we're ready to play this one.
This is for anybody who would like to answer. You mentioned, I saw that, you mentioned the time off. How do you use that? How do you, I don't want to say weaponize it, but I'm going to say weaponize it in terms of rest or cleaning up the parts of your game, that you guys want to bring into this tournament knowing the opponent that you're facing?
I'll start with it. Has Guy been in here already?
Yes.
Take whatever he said. They had the same rest, but if the guy wants to answer, one of the guys to do that.
I think just after the last game, it's a big rivalry against Northern Michigan, and it's a playoff game, obviously. But to regroup after that, and I think we all have a little sour taste in our mouth in that game, and to have the preparation, I think we all knew we were in a good spot for the tournament, and just to watch other people and just have a little rest and fix up the parts of our game that needed to be fixed up or tuned up. But I think that was big for us, and I think we're all ready to go for tomorrow.
Coach, the last time you guys were on the ice, you fell 4-0 to Northern at home in the CCHA semifinal. Can you talk a little about what kind of changes you've been working on since that game to kind of regroup to take on Penn State?
Well, we worked really hard not to fall down 3-0 in the first period. Sarcastically, that game got away from us. I thought we started the game well, and I don't anticipate the same type of game here, although you never know. When you look at how that game transpired, again, I thought the first 5 minutes we played well, had a goal post, had some scoring chances. And then we had a turnover that resulted, last guy with the puck had a turnover that resulted in a goal for them, and then quickly they're on the power play. And they're built for the power play. They scored on that power play, now it's 2-0, you're chasing the game. Then they get 2 more power plays in the first period. So from that point on, the first, we were kind of on our heels. After that, we ended up, we didn't give up much. They got an empty net goal near the end, but we had 45 shots or whatever, something like that. We played 2 good periods, just couldn't get one in the net, gripped it a little tight. So we were chasing that game. If we get a goal, I think at some point in the second period, it's probably a different, we could tighten that thing up. But I anticipate, in my experience in the national tournament, that if you look at the way the games are called, I don't think there was another game last weekend in championship play on either night that had, maybe one other one had 4 power plays. Where you go to look at the Mankato and Northern game, Mankato had 5 power plays in that game. No, I don't expect you'll see that type of, even the officials from our leagues with the ESPN cameras on them and things like that. I don't think you'll see. They'll have the teams earn their penalties, I would imagine. I don't think you'll see a lot of referees trying to get involved in the game. So we certainly don't want to get in a special teams game. That's not the way we want to play, and that's kind of how our last game went. So I thought we chased that game a little bit to answer it, and I thought our guys responded really well for 2 periods. We played 2 good periods of hockey after that, and took that game over in a big way, but they had enough of a lead built up that we couldn't get them by their goaltender.
Blake, Coach talks a little bit about maybe more calmness this season, this time around compared to last year. Does that relate to you at all? And having that one game in this setting last year, does that help you think, coming into this one?
Yeah, I think whenever you have experience, that definitely can only benefit you and your team. Yeah, last year, the big lights and the big stage, I don't think we were nervous at all, but yeah, just the first time being there, maybe first game jitters for our team or something like that. I did think we played a good game in that tournament. So yeah, I think we just bring all the experiences along with us into this game and hopefully get it tomorrow.
Blake, what are some of the things you feel have made you successful this season personally? What has the team done in front of you to help your game as well?
Don't tell him, Blake, he's got a Penn State honors.
Just kind of like the last question, just experience, being an older guy, just feeling more comfortable out there. And then goaltender position, you rely on your team a lot, and we harp on playing from the defensive zone on out. So I think that just benefits me and helps our team overall. So.
Ryland, I'll ask you, what is the one thing that Michigan Tech needs to do tomorrow in order to be successful?
I think we need to come out to a good start. The first 10 minutes are going to be huge. There's going to be a lot of people in the stands. We just got to get our feet underneath us, and we'll move up from there.
Sorry, I shouldn't have given it away. You mentioned the fans. Obviously, this isn't going to be a unique situation for you, so to speak. You've played in front of raucous crowds before. But in this situation, how are you guys preparing, knowing that you're going into a Penn State game with a very large Penn State audience, and just kind of keeping that calm demeanor? And anybody can answer that.
I mean, I think we've played in a lot of big games. We have a pretty good conference, a lot of games at Bowling Green, Northern Michigan, or even Mankato. And I think Blake touched on it that we played 2 games against Cato, and we had the last one up for the conference championship regular season. But I think what we have, or what the recipe to win, is inside our locker room. And I think we have our eyes on the prize, and we know what we have is inside our locker room. We just got to stick to our recipe.
To go off the fans a little bit more, I saw that there would be 2 busloads of students making the trip. What does that mean to you guys to have them coming all this way?
Yeah, it means a lot. Our fans are really passionate, same with our community, so it's really special just to know that they all want to be here, and anything the community will do to get everyone out here and to show their support really means a lot, and it'll bring us a lot of energy tomorrow night.
To add to that, I think along with the students, the alumni are super supportive of our program, so I don't think those buses happen completely without our alumni. So I think just the whole Michigan Tech fan support system, whatever you want to call it, they do a great job to support our school in this program.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Blake, this could be your last game as a Michigan Tech Husky. You've been kind of synonymous with the program for the last 4 years. Can you talk a little bit about, what this game will mean to you and your thoughts on heading into your final tournament here?
Yeah, I hope it's not my last game here, but it's been a long ride, and we're hoping to keep it going. I wouldn't want to play for any other university, and it's a dream come true. I've always wanted to play for this university, and a lot of family and friends in the area, so just hoping to keep it going as long as we can, and it starts with the first one tomorrow night.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Yep.
It's for Blake. What do you do to relax on the day of the game?
I think just for playing for so many years, you just kind of get into a routine. Just wake up, get breakfast with the team, and then just do your morning routine, go on the ice, and then usually I like to take a nap. That kind of takes my mind off it. Take a longer nap so I don't have to think too much about it, and just wake up and our team's ready to go.
It's been fun to prepare for them, because when you watch other teams that you don't see, you pick up some things. There's a couple things that they do that I think would work well in the future in our game. But it's the same with them and us. They have to. I don't know if we've maybe since back when Guy was at Ohio State. I mean, at Alaska. Might have been the last time I was coaching against him. So they're in the same boat we are. You can't hide things. So it's been fun preparing. They're a good team. They do have a lot of strengths, a lot of speed, mobile defense. Forwards like to get up and go, and they can make plays. So should be a lot of fun.
Any other questions for Coach?
Coach, when your team is playing its best, how would you describe what makes them so successful?
This team or generally? Like a Michigan Tech team or this team? Because this team's a unique team.
This team this season.
Yeah, our focus going in, honestly, the success we've had is entirely in that locker room. I think the guys said it. Kooks might have said it. That the recipe is inside the locker room, and they're right. It's what we've tried to do, thinking that this could be a really, and I didn't hide any bones about it. This could be a very difficult year for us record-wise, because we returned the fewest goals in the league. We returned the fewest. We had 4 guys sign professional contracts in a 2-day period last spring, and that's awesome. We're very happy for them, but that left us the fewest. Now that, when I'm picking my preseason teams, I go by goals returning. I think most people do. And when you return the fewest goals in the league, you're thinking that could be a tough year. And I prep people for that. This could be a tough year. Let's be patient. And my main goal was that it'd be a positive experience and that we get some growth out of it as the year went on. The players had different ideas. They, I remember saying early in the year in a video session, maybe a weekend into games, maybe 2 weeks into games, that I told the group, I said, now listen, fellas, we have to keep in mind that we're playing to improve here. We're not going to be an at-large team. We're not going to win this league. We have to play. And one of the guys in the back, Parker Soretsky, said, that's BS. I mean, you didn't say BS, but, and that's the mindset they carried, that they were going to win hockey games. So this team, our goal, to answer your question, is we try to prepare so that we can give our guys information, a chance to win. Our goaltender gives us confidence and keeps us in hockey games, and then they find a way to win. So that's our recipe, and it is all inside that locker room. It's with the character within the locker room.
Coach, is there one thing in this, quote, time off that you really wanted your guys to dial in on, some aspect of how they were playing or how you wanted them to play that they just weren't doing that is going to help them be more successful tomorrow?
Yeah, in a broad, deliberate sense, it was accountability, like on the intangibles, on the little things, not circling away, doing a good job on angling, taking care of the puck, making sure you're advancing the puck, managing the zones, focusing on clean breakouts and support around that, making sure forwards are coming back into areas. Formation, we focused on formation, I guess is the best way to put it. And I think our guys did a really good job at that. We had we kind of made up a couple of drills that really showed growth. So that's if all things being equal, not winning the league, if you could have that magic, that crystal ball, I would have wanted the week off to get our game back together. Now, obviously you want to win a championship, but we had a pretty good feeling we were in prior to that last game. And maybe that had an impact on the game as well, but we had a pretty good feeling we were in. But we needed things to shore up within our game. Did I answer that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mentioned earlier that there's 2 fan buses coming down from Michigan Tech and the pep band as well. Can you talk a little bit about what that means for you and all of the support that you're seeing from Houghton, Hancock, and even communities like Marquette?
Yeah, it means that the weather probably prevented us from having 3 or 4. Or they couldn't find enough buses. Our base is incredible. Everywhere we go, we're always invited to tournaments, Hall of Fame games, Desert Classics, icebreakers. We're always invited because we're a draw, and we travel so well that they know they're going to get a base. There's going to be a big Penn State crowd in here, but a lot of that reason is because they got tickets, probably knowing that they were hosting the regional before they knew they were going to be here. A while back, whenever they knew that they were in the tournament, they knew they were going to be here. This is their host, so they gobble up tickets, and that's probably the reason that. And then they have to hold some for us and hold some for the other teams. And I'm sure we used everything that we could. That was allotted to us. So we travel well. There's not been a place in my 9 years here that we haven't had the black and gold stripes and jerseys. It could be Alaska. I mean, it could be anywhere. Like people are coming. They're from all over. It's an incredible university.